Hello, I'm Tim, or Timothy, from LessonUp. You can call me either. And I'm going to talk you through Open Question on LessonUp. This is an interactive feature that personally I used a lot in the past. This is Open Question in the new editor. And I've got my little title page here. So there's loads of different things that you can do. So with an open question, you don't have to have it's not like multiple choice, obviously. You don't have to have a very kind of short response. You can write longer answers. I'm not going to show you those answers here, but give you some ideas of what can be done. And this was, that was my image that I created earlier. And you can see, here's an example, what type of birds live in the rainforest. So in some ways this would work like a mind map, but sometimes you might want your learners to be writing in full sentences, for example. Obviously this is going to work for different age groups as well. You can have that. Another example I created as well is, this is a great way of using it for exit tickets in your lessons. So when you're wrapping up your lesson and there's something that you want to bring in, let's move that bit out of the way, but how could you add movement to your week? This was a fitness-based lesson. And you have all the learners' contributions all appear here in this space. And then you can keep it anonymous if you want, or you can reveal the names. So that's all really good and works really nicely. You can use them. Again, this is another exit ticket, kind of, well, what's one thing you learn today that you use if a conflict comes up? So in a kind of PSHE tutorial kind of context. So again, it's up to you how you want to use this. Sometimes I might want to do creative writing, so over this one, create your own supernatural horror creature. So this is good for doing like gothic fiction. You can get your learners to write, in this case it would be little pen portraits maybe of particular characters. I used to love teaching Dracula, the novel, not the actual vampire, because that would have been terrifying in the class, but teaching the novel, the description of Dracula when he appears, very detailed. I could do an activity like this, getting the learners to come up with their own description of a vampire or of a different supernatural creature and kind of emulate that gothic style. There are loads of different things you could do, and it's as simple as you go to add slide. Again, informative. We have choices here. We have open question or open question right aligned, and to click on those, I've actually got them on here anyway, so I can show you as it is. So again, the layout, you can put your question here. You can do the trick where if you go to this, you can actually take away that, so you can make the back a bit more, the background a bit more kind of see-through coming through there. And the right aligned question looks like that. And you can put an image in here if we want to add an image. Again, we can add if we want. Let's do the random thing anyone ever thinks of is always cheese. So let's put a nice picture of cheese in. And while we're doing that, we can write, describe the taste of your favorite cheese. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. That is that. Oh, actually, I could have that as the background. I think I would have that as the background. I was going to put it there, but I'm going to put it there instead. That makes a great background. But there you go. It's loading in. Look at that. We've got some nice cheese in there. So we can mess around with that. Put another image in there. We can have the layout. I can do the trick there of taking that out, making that if I want to. So that looks good. Anyway, I like that. I like how that's going. It's making me hungry, so I'm sorry if I've done the same for you. So the open questions, very flexible. Use them in different contexts, different kind of situations. Exit tickets, you can use it to consolidate learning. You can, if you've got learners who are doing exam subjects, it's a great way of doing little micro writes and things, which is something that I was always very keen on doing as well. Practice paragraphs, integrating terminology, that kind of thing. So again, look forward to seeing what you can come up with yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.